Hi, this is Coach David Halal. This video today is to to advise you to be who you are. Be the man you are. Be the woman you are. Stop faking it. Be who you are. The hardest thing for human beings to do is to be themselves because of criticism, because friends and families and, those who are supposed to love us, put such it's mental slavery, it's psychological slavery. It's very hard for us to be who we're supposed to be or who we want to be. Not supposed to be, but who we want to be. For you to be who you are, it's so hard because of judgment or fear or to be judged by those you love. Because from the time you're a kid, everybody expects from you. They already take a snapshot of who you are. Somebody doesn't even know you. They know you for 2 days. And they say, oh, I know who he is. Do you really? Do you really know who I am? I don't know who I am. I'm becoming, I'm turning, I'm changing. Sometimes I am this, sometimes I am that. If you come to my job, I am a technologist. If you come to my church, I'm a pastor or preacher. If you come to the gym, I'm lifting weights and I'm this, I'm that. I'm changing. I might be somebody's husband, somebody's boyfriend, somebody's brother, somebody's sister, somebody's wife. Be who you are. But the hardest thing for us to do as human beings is to be who we are, because such judgment, such a heavy load upon us. And until you can become who you are, especially as men these days, as a man, we are human beings, not human doings. But everybody, or I would say most people, tend to make us human doings. They want to change us and make us become something different. In this world with feminism and all the other isms, are trying to make us become something else. They say, no, a man is equal. A man is the same thing as a human, as a woman. No, I'm not. I'm not the same thing as a woman. Neither a woman is the same thing as a man, because we have different energy, different polarities, So the male energy is totally, different. It's on the other side of the spectrum. And the woman polarity, or the woman or the female energy is on the other side, of the polarity. And we attract each other, not only as friendship, but the feminine and the masculine, when they get together, there's a spark of joy, a spark of happiness, and sometimes of conflict. However, that spark creates, everything around us, make everything, that we see, not only in nature, but also in the population that you live in. Let me give you an example. If you look at each section of the city where you live, you'll see certain things that represent a female and certain things that represent a male. So to become who you're supposed to be, just because if you now physically, if you cut my head and you cut my legs and my balls and my testicles and my sexual part, and you cut me open, looking at the organs, apart of course from the rib cage and the length of the torso and stuff like that, you might know it's a man, or you might know if it's a woman, but so that's the only difference. Apart from that, the livers are the same, the heart is the same, it's all the same. It's the same thing that's inside of us. However, the energy that moves a man and that gives me, my testicles, that gives me my sexual parts as a man, my penis and on a woman, her vagina, actually that energy lives within us. Now, if you ever read this book called The Way of the Superior Man by this great guy, David. He says in this book, if you want to buy it, it's on Amazon. It's called The Way of the Superior Man, of the Superior Man. Now you look at this, he explained very clearly. However, just for so you can understand, is that a woman and a man is not only on different, end of the spectrum, but also every single man, or every single man has a little bit of feminine inside of him, and the female has a little bit of the man inside of her. That's why when if a couple is together and the man is not acting manly, he's not being a man, he's not taking charge, he's not taking risk, he is not protecting, he's not providing, he's not defending those he loves. Now the woman that he's with has to take charge, has to become, and a lot of times you'll find these female, they will cut their hair, they will act manly, they will do certain things, physically, the way they dress, they might start dressing not very feminine. Why? Because they're taking over, they're taking charge. Because that masculine that they have inside of them, although it's a small percentage, it start taking, it start becoming dominant. You understand? So to become who you are, it's not only it's a hard thing, but also it becomes even harder because of those we have around us. You must understand, and you must be willing to become who you are, to be the man. A man. If you're a man, if a man or the male energy, the masculine energy asks for danger, asks to take risk, asks to, provide, has to protect. So that's very important. Sometimes you'll find, like if you have a boy, you'll see sometimes they act so rough. They'll fall down, they'll hurt their knees, but they'll get up after they cry, they'll continue jumping like it never happened, Why? Because he's a boy, and the male, the masculine energy that's inside of him asks, for him to take risks, to be dangerous, or to put himself sometimes in danger. That's why mostly male go to war. Men go to war. Men, even when they do the death or how many people die a year, you'll find mostly men, because men will put themselves in danger. Men will build skyscraper and be on top of the, skyscraper. Not because we don't have, women doing the same work, but really the women that are doing the same work, most of them, it's because they're on their masculine side. Have you ever been in the street? They building the streets and you see a woman with a jackhammer. It's the funniest, the craziest thing, because you can tell she doesn't belong there. She might be strong, she might be tall like a man, but physically, when it comes to that kind of hard work, it asks for men, because the man was there to conquer. And sometimes the man might act a fool. You see your boy, if you have a boy like me, I have two boys, sometimes they act crazy, or you're like, what they doing? They're screaming, they moving, they doing certain things, especially when they were younger. You'll be like, oh my God, what's going on with my boy? He's not crazy, he's fine, he's being a man, because a man needs danger. A man, me myself talking right now, I find myself, I get bored if I don't have a challenge. I get bored if I don't have something to conquer, because it is in us as men to conquer. Is it in us as men to win, to put ourselves in danger, to conquer and to go for what we want, to go for what we need. No more pussified, men. Do you understand? Because these last days, we see, or these days, or the last 40, 50 years, we see so many men has, the estrogen level has increased in their bodies, and they become so feminine, so pussified, no more danger, no more risk taking. Everybody wants to look like another, oh, I'm a man, I'm gonna dress like a woman, or I'm gonna dress like a woman, I'm gonna wear pink, and I'm not saying there's really nothing exactly something wrong with wearing different colors. However, you must be careful that you don't allow, or you don't kill the man in you. Be the man that you are, be who you are, and let everybody judge you, because people will judge you either way. Whether you do what they want or you don't, or whether you do what you're supposed to do, they're gonna judge you. You understand? Now, this is Coach David Halal, fearlessly and passionately pursuing his call and his destiny. Be who you are, and don't worry about what people are going to say, because you are who you are, and there is nothing you or anybody else can do about it. I'll see you later. Don't forget to subscribe and like my video. I'm going home. Bye.